Okay, so in this assignment, we want to paint this really neat, right? So that's why I gave you guys, you have a small brush, I'm assuming, and a big brush. For this right now, we're going to use the bigger brush. But if you look at these tikis, there's different types of brown on here. So you're really supposed to do, let me look over here. I'd like the higher features lighter brown and the deeper ones darker brown. This person did an amazing job, by the way, of carving. I like, see how it's full shapes that pop up? Like this is a shape. It's not just, you know, a dot or a line. It's a shape. So a shape is an enclosed line. So one line here and one line here makes a full shape. So for this first part, I want you to make a value scale. So I'm going to start it, and you're going to go dark to light. So this is how you do it. By the way, when you guys are painting, you always want to make sure you don't leave your brushes out too long, because why? If they dry, acrylic is plastic essentially, it will totally ruin your brush. So you got to make sure to put it back in water. That's why I wanted you to use a paper towel. So on this first one, we're going to go dark to light. You can, and some of you I think have a red brown, which is totally fine. So you're going to paint it dark. And I turn my paper to stay in the lines. This brown also, let me zoom in more. This brown, you might have to do a couple layers to get it not see-through. So, okay, I want to just show you how I'm mixing, because you don't want to waste all this paint because you guys don't have a lot of paint. So I just take a little from the corner, and then to make it lighter, I'm grabbing a tiny bit of white from that puddle and mixing it in a separate puddle. So see, this is making it lighter already. This is pretty light, so I'm gonna add a little bit more dark. We don't want a huge jump. So that's pretty good. So then that can be my next one. And it's gonna get lighter. And then I'm gonna add more white to that puddle. See how I'm not taking up a ton of space? And then I'm gonna go here. And then I'm going to even add more. So this is like a white. So, okay, here's another thing. Maybe you don't like this brown, you know? You could also make it a red brown. So some of you have red brown, or you can just mix a tiny bit of red with that brown, and you can kind of see what you get. So mix that up. It's still a little red to me, so I'm going to add a little bit more brown. You could also try adding a little yellow. So that's kind of different. I like that shade. So you can do that. So basically, I want you to go from dark to light. In this one, we're kind of going to do the same thing. I want you to try and mix up different browns. So the first brown I'm going to add red, a little bit of yellow, and I'm just going to paint that. So that's kind of a cool color. I like that one. The next one, maybe, let me try. I'm going to add a little blue. See what that looks like. This will make it a cool brown, which you could do that too if you want. It's more of a gray color. Now I'm going to clean out my brush. I'm going to try it again without white. So I clean out my brush. I'm going to do red, yellow, and just a tiny bit of that brown, and see what that looks like. So this is a very red brown. I'm going to paint with that. So you can see the different options you can do. Or if that's too red, let me add a bit more yellow. So you're just playing around with different browns. Now I can add white to that and see what happens. So this is more of a like a flesh color. And all of these they're kind of similar, but they're different. You can also add black to it if you want it darker. Okay, after you do those, then in this, I want you to try and mix up other colors other than this. So I want you to experiment because I want you to be able to add color to your tiki. And this will help you for other projects if you want to do a color. So let's make a purple. Purple is what? Red mixed with blue. And then you can mix that, and that's a pretty cool color. So you can do that. Okay, I can make it a more, let me wash out my brush. What other color can I make? I can make green. So Max, if you don't have yellow, unfortunately this won't work, but you can try and make up other colors. So yellow mixed with blue, and you get green. So you can do green. I'm gonna wash out my brush. How about something easy like light blue? Blue mixed with white. Now notice again how I'm taking my paint. I'm just taking a tiny bit from the side. And then I can mix that. So now I have light blue. So I'm kind of teaching you guys this assuming you've never painted before. I know some of you have, but not everybody has. So this is kind of a review. I want to make an orange. So orange would be yellow mixed with red. And red is a super strong color. So you got to add almost double the amount of yellow. This orange color I think looks good on these tikis. And then what else could we do? We could do more of a blue purple. So blue mixed with red, but more blue. And you'll see that's a little different. And then you can mix it with white. Let's do that to make a light purple. Okay. So I don't mind what colors you try and make, but try and make different colors other than the primary. Let me zoom out. So when we look at these tikis, you guys, I really want you to try and paint them in detail. So the eye should be a different color from the outside. These little markings should be detailed with your small brush. What else? The teeth should probably definitely be white to stand up. You can make the white of the eyes white. The deep part of the mouth should be carved in deep, and it should be dark. Some of you guys just drew a line and put the teeth. Remember, a shape has to have two lines. So you got to draw those lips as a separate shape.
What did I do? I didn't get a white in my bag.